Hello, my name is Krista Eason, and today I'm going to be talking about cumulative trauma disorders. Cumulative trauma disorders have many different names. They are repetitive strain injuries, repetitive motion disorders, overuse syndrome, and work-related musculoskeletal disorders are all types of cumulative trauma disorders. Cumulative trauma disorders involve joints, muscles, tendons, ligaments, nerves, and blood vessels. And they are caused by overuse as a result of stressful work over a period of time, repetitive motions, forceful exertions, static postures, vibration, and a lack of breaks or days off all contribute to these disorders. CTDs are quite common in construction work, a predominantly male field. Construction work-related CTDs can include tendinitis, carpal tunnel syndrome, rotator cuff tendinitis, tennis elbow, golfer's elbow, thoracic outlet syndrome, trigger finger, and Raynaud's syndrome, also known as hand-arm vibration syndrome. Raynaud's syndrome is a particularly common disorder in men in the construction field. It is a disorder that involves poor blood circulation to the extremities, particularly the fingers and toes, but can also include the ears and nose. In traditional Raynaud's syndrome, cold weather or emotionally upsetting events cause arteries to constrict, leading to decreased blood flow. This causes tingling sensations and numbness in the fingers, as well as discolored or waxy skin. Hand-arm vibration syndrome is a secondary form of Raynaud's syndrome. Most commonly seen in construction workers, vibrations by power tools cause the arteries to constrict and decrease blood flow. This is commonly seen in construction workers using vibrating tools such as jackhammers, pneumatic drills, impact wrenches, and chainsaws. This particular cumulative trauma disorder is especially dangerous as it is potentially a chronic and disabling disorder that could cause workers to lose the use of their fingers. Every year, there are more than 3 million reported cases of cumulative trauma disorder in the United States. In 2011, CTDs made up more than 50% of all occupational illnesses, with carpal tunnel syndrome actually being the cause of the greatest number of work absences. Despite these staggering numbers, many work-related cases go unreported each year. In 2015, the Workers' Compensation Insurance Rating Bureau of California released a report showing a rise in cumulative trauma disorder claims from 8% in 2005 to 18% in 2014. Over 30% of those claims involved multiple body parts. The report also touched on the growing trend of reporting CTD claims late. In 2015, the median time before reporting a claim was 89 days. Late reported claims jumped from 2% in 2007 to 10% in 2015. The interventions available dealing with cumulative trauma disorder are numerous and include interventions from the Department of Health and Human Services, the Connecticut Department of Public Health, the U.S. Department of Labor's Office of Disability Employment Policy, and many more. I have chosen to critique the Department of Health and Human Services booklet on cumulative trauma disorders, Simple Solutions, Ergonomics for the Construction Workers. Some of the positive points I noticed in the intervention include the many tip sheets that cover numerous occupational duties. This intervention also gives an excellent explanation of what a work-related musculoskeletal disorder is. It also included many detailed images and pictures to help visualize affected joints and tendons. There are also many areas that could use improvement. The booklet itself is 92 pages long, which is entirely too long to be used regularly. Also, despite covering numerous occupational duties, some motions and movements may not be included. Finally, the availability could be too limited to be put to use on a wide scale. My final thoughts on the intervention are: the intervention should be easier to read quickly. It should be shorter and should include more images and infographics. The intervention should also be more specialized. Each workplace company should design job-specific interventions that provide more detailed information about the position's specific requirements. These interventions should be more readily available to the actual workers. Flyers should be available in offices and break areas, as well as being posted in the specific job area or on the job site. These improvements should make for an excellent intervention that boasts awareness of these disorders.